leadless pacemakers have come as a sigh of relief in my clinical practice. Over the years, I have seen so many patients coming to me with the issues with the leads, either fractures, insulation break, or infection or vegetations on the lead. Well, the leadless pacemaker performance has been in all quarters better than the conventional traditional pacemakers. Traditional pacemakers still form to be the standard care for all our patients, but the development and the implantation procedure in leadless pacemaker is moving towards getting it adapted in more and more patients. As far as the safety and the outcome is concerned, well, they are absolutely safe. There has been no infection seen till date with leadless pacemaker, so the infection rate has gone down. In fact, in patients who have active infection, this becomes the actually choiced therapy to implant leadless pacemaker in patients who are suffering from infection. The underappreciated point of leadless pacemaker is that people fail to acknowledge the beautiful technology which has developed over the years. It is minimally invasive, or I would say it is transvenous procedure, which we don't label it as the invasive thing. There is no infection, there is no long-term complication of the leads, and the technology is advancing positively. Patient doesn't carry a scar. The patient doesn't have any restriction of the arm movement, any long-term lead complications. In the high-risk patients and in patients who are in the elderly category, leadless pacemaker has come as a solace therapy. Why? Because these patients are actually prone to infections. They have skin which is very thin, and they're immunocompromised because of maybe diabetes, maybe some kind of other infection going on, maybe urinary tract infection going on. In case their patients have CKD or kidney problems, then they are immunocompromised. All these patients, when we do a surgical implant of the pacemaker, that means we do give an incision, make a pocket, it becomes as a high risk for these patients to resolve infection in these patients very categorically. So in all these patients who are either immunocompromised, who are CKD patients dependent on dialysis, where there are fistulas which have been made and the veins are not available to implant the leads, the surgical option becomes the choice option, and leadless pacemaker prevents that open heart surgery where they have to open the chest and implant the leads. So in these patients where the lungs are bad, elderly patients where COPD or bronchial asthma or having large bulla at the apex of the lungs are there, this becomes a solace therapy, as we do not have to go near the lungs, we don't make a surgical pocket, and we don't need the upper limb veins to implant these pacemakers. In case patient has problem in the lower limb, that means the femoral vein is not connected to the heart directly, or has a tortuous course, or has some kind of a congenital abnormality, we can even go through the jugular route, through the vein of the neck, we can implant the leadless pacemaker. It is becoming again another way to implant the pacemaker in the right ventricle, right lower chamber directly.